Yeah, what's good? What's poppin'? Welcome to another episode of that deep shit where we connect the dots. All right. So I decided after living through life and traveling through the matrix, you know what I mean, to go ahead and do a part 2 to the "What is the Internet" video. What is the internet? Why is the internet? Right? Where is the internet? Who is the internet? How is the internet? You know what I'm saying? These are very, very important questions to attach to such a big phenomenon or such a major phenomenon as the World Wide Web. Right? All right. So let's take a look at a couple of key points of what the web does and its influences on the world as a whole. Right? Let's take a look at since, I don't know, let's see, the web was probably really introduced to the public in the late 90s, per se, somewhere around there. So think about, you have the late 90s, the introduction to the web, to the mass public, to the consumer. Right after that, you have, in the early 2000s, you have a major cataclysmic event, such as 9/11. Okay? Looking at the timeline, it's like, okay, you don't see anything of it, but there's something called zeitgeist. Zeitgeist means when you could look back at the past to kind of see how everything unfolded, how it was supposed to. That's what zeitgeist means, right? So that was me sidebarring back to the main point. So in the early 2000s, you have a major cataclysmic event like 9/11. Shortly after that, you get producers like Michael Bay, and then that starts the semi-start of what you would call conspiracy theory. Remember, there's nothing that's going to be floating around that's really a secret. This is all part of a plan. Once Michael Moore. Once Michael Moore drops these movies like Fahrenheit 9/11 and all this other crap that he was dropping, because he's an agent as well, agent provocateur. This is what people started to look at things of not being exactly what it seems to be and starting to dig a little deeper. Remember, in the first video, I remind you guys that the internet is here to advance humanity's mind capacity for upcoming events. Let's just be safe and say that, right? So, back to Michael Moore. So people's minds are starting to go a little deeper. Well, look at all these clues. The Pentagon really wasn't ran into by a plane. Look at the pictures. There's no plane there, right? How can the towers fall? There's no way that these towers could fall. Then you start seeing the explosions and all this and that. Then you start putting together like, oh man, I can't trust nothing that I know. This takes the mind out of its box so it can breathe. If your mind is so compact and zipped away in a box, just like those down pillow top comforters for your bed. Once you unzip it, they come out like, right? Once the mind is unzipped and unboxed, it can breathe. Again, pointing back to the factors of what the internet is. So along all these years of the early 2000s, mid 2000s, late 2000s, we're seeing that, or we're learning things are not exactly what it seems, and we're using the internet as a tool to gather information rather than it being, a tool for fuckery and buffoonery, which most people fall a victim of anyway, because there's just so much stuff on there. But as you can tell, that the layers are being peeled back slowly but surely, right? Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Obama's in office. We go through George Bush, we find out he's on some bullshit. Obama's in office, right?
Forgive me, we'll come back.
First family of the United States of America.
Remember how all of this plays out. It's like a stage. It's like reality TV. It's hard to now understand, or the lines are so blurred between reality and fiction to where you don't know which is which. This is the reason why reality TV is so pushed into the forefront, because you're not going to understand what's fake and what's real if the lines are so blurred.
Mr. President, you're making a mistake, and everyone here agrees.
It's not just about protecting the rights of the few. This is about protecting human rights. Now, these people may not be Americans, but we are.
What it comes down to is we don't have enough information to feel safe enough to let them out.
Mr. President, it's not too late to cancel the press conference.
Sophia, welcome.
Thank you. So,
Are you sure you're ready to do this?
we've been ready for a long time.
First, we have to evacuate. What's going on? We have to go now. She's coming with us. Go! We've lost all radar capability. Our entire system is down. We think the attack is already underway. Go!
Elías, avanza!
Every reality TV show is scripted and written. Even if the people that are involved aren't aware of the scripts and situations that they're put in, it's all written. Check the end of the credits. There's producers, there's writers. It's supposed to be reality TV. So that just goes to show you on a macrocosm that when you have people that can control, or people who understand psychology and how people react to things, these are the people that produce reality TV shows. Because they're like, okay, this person, they like to get drunk. Oh, this person likes to argue. Let's put them in the same room. We don't know it's going to be a fight, but high chances are there's going to be a fight. So if there's going to be producers in reality TV that could do this, what do you think? Or the powers that be? They're way stronger, have way more things at their disposal to use than a reality TV show producer, right? So, just something to think about as we move on through this video. So as we progress from 2008, we're just, you know what I'm saying, going to the 2000s. Now let's get to 2012. This is where we get all of this end of the world theory, the Mayan calendar, Ancient Aliens TV show was breaking out all these secrets. And I love that show, by the way, not because it was revealing anything to me. It was because I was watching the show to see how much shit that they was actually going to put out there. And let me give you an example of watching TV. Ancient Aliens. People get thrown off by that title or by that, by that show because it's Ancient Aliens. They may not subscribe to that, or they may subscribe to it. If you take the word aliens out and replace it with Africans, it makes a little bit more sense. Food for thought. So anyways, So 2012 is coming about, and then you have this whole Mayan conspiracy thing, and people are looking into the Mayan things, and people thought that the end of the world was going to happen. So people were researching things, watching things online. YouTube was banging at that point. Crazy. YouTube went crazy around 2011, 2012, right? Right. All right. So what this did was open the mind up more to possibilities of aliens and things you can't explain, and portals and gateways and Planet X and Nibiru and all this shit. Again, advancing the minds. That's the whole point of the internet, right?
Not for long. Well, we'll see about that, Eli. I'll demand tests, independent assessments that you're mentally sound.
Power to the array.
Proceed.
So people thought that the world was going to end. It did, but not in the way that people thought. It was the beginning of a shift paradigm, okay? And the shift wasn't based around a specific date like December 21st, 2012. The shift was just in that general area of time, and the internet helped facilitate the shift happening. Matter of fact, we were going through the shift before 2012, and we're still going through the shift now. It's shifting. Everything is shifting. It's the consciousness. The consciousness is shifting. I'll give you an example. There are little children that are alive today that may be 7 years old. They don't understand the concept of what racism really is. Why? Because as long as they've been alive, there's been a black president. So their mind is based off of, there's a black president, so yeah, everything's cool. Mental shift. That was Obama's whole purpose, to facilitate the shift. The shift is going on right now. Okay? There are children today, right now, born who were born with smartphones. They know how to use it. At 1, 2 years old, they know how to navigate through a smartphone. I've seen it for myself. Navigate. Look up stuff. On YouTube. I've seen it. 2 years old. That's because of the shift is being facilitated to create a whole new breed of people. So as the old people die out or can't adjust to the shift, this new breed of man is becoming about. This is all part of the shift. Pretty soon, there's going to be so much species mixing with, black, white, Mexican, black, Asian. Everybody's going to be so mixed to where we're probably going to become almost one color and then have almost the same mindset, because everything is shifting. The consciousness is growing. People are starting to be like, this is bullshit. There's so many people who don't even believe in religion anymore. Part of the shift. The Pope has come out and said, hey, there's other life out there. The Pope, the vanguard, the poster boy of religion. So if there's other life out there, then what is God? See, it's planting seeds. It's all part of the shift. And we are part of the shift. You are watching the shift. You are part of it. By even clicking on your computer, you are part of it. You are part of it. By even clicking on your computer, turning your phone on, which your phone probably doesn't even turn off. You probably never cut your phone off. Subscribing to videos of people speaking truths and untruths. It's all part of adjusting your mind to a bigger understanding of something a lot greater than the soon to come. What that is exactly, I mean, I have my theories, but I leave that up to you to decide. Or, better yet, we can figure this shit out together. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of why you're here. It's the whole point of why I'm sitting here. It's to share thoughts. We don't, as a people, communicate with each other. You see? And one reason of why I can connect the dots on a whole lot of things is because I talk with a lot of people. I listen to, not even just talk. The best thing is I listen to a lot of people. Even people that I don't know, people in the store. They may be saying something in a conversation, and I'm listening. They're saying the same thing that my uncle is saying in wherever he is. They're saying the same thing that my dad is saying in LA. They're saying the same thing that my folks are saying in Virginia. What we fail to realize is we're all going through the same shit. Okay? We're all going through the same shit. We're all saying the similar things, but we're so afraid to share because we don't want to be deemed as being crazy or weird or some shit like that. But that's slowly disappearing. And that is what the shift is.